play with your food. I mean, how many times have you heard that from the grown-ups in your life? Well, today, you're gonna get to. It's okay to play with your food and anything else you can find that you want to mess around with, because we're going to make some art, but we're going to make it with found objects to make a found object portrait. All right, so there's a few words in there that we probably need to talk about and make sure we understand what they mean. Well, first off, if we're making a found object portrait, what is a portrait? Well, portrait is a picture of a person. Like if right now, if this were a still picture where you just took a picture, this would be a portrait of me. You could do, you know, when you get your school picture taken, that's a portrait. They are taking a portrait photograph of you. Portraits could be a painting, it could be a drawing of a person like that, but generally it could be the full person, or it could just be like, you know, from here up, or just their head. Whatever it is, that is a portrait. It's a picture of a person. But how are we going to do a found object? What do we mean by found object? Well, found object is a natural or man-made thing that an artist could find and say, I'm going to make artwork out of this. Now, usually they're not, you know, you could say, oh, look, I found paint. I'm going to make a painting. That's not what we mean. We mean, like, we find, oh, let's say, an apple. I'm going to use this apple to make a picture. How on earth is this going to work? Let's find out. Okay, so first off, let's talk a little bit about our materials. What is the stuff we're going to use for this? Well, for one thing, you're going to need to take a picture of what you're doing. Instead of making a drawing or a painting or a sculpture, we're going to use some stuff that isn't going to stick around. It's not going to be part of our picture later on. It's only going to be there temporarily. So what we're going to do is we're going to arrange all these found objects and take a picture of it, and the picture is going to be your artwork. So you're going to need something to take a picture with, talk to a grown-up, and see if you can have them use their phone or something like that. Next, we're going to need some sort of a background for this. If we have it on a really busy background with a lot, like a rug with a pattern on it, your artwork's not going to show up. Now, if you have some nice, it doesn't have to be huge, but I have some just art paper that I have that's, you know, like 18 by 24 inches. That's a great background. It's nice and plain white, and people can see your artwork really well. What are we going to put on the background? Oh, by the way, I forgot. Your background could be like a kitchen counter. It could be a floor. You're probably going to want something clean if we're going to be using food, because some of the objects you might find might be food. So you're going to want a clean background for this. It could be big, colorful construction paper that's like a big orange construction paper or something. If you have that, that'd be great. If you don't, I totally understand. But something plain, not a lot of pattern all over it, and you know, just one color, because we're going to put stuff on top of it. Here's where it gets kind of fun. You get to kind of run around the house. Okay, don't run, but, you know, go around the house and the yard and wherever, you know, outside if it's safe, wherever you can go and find things to put down on your paper. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make a picture of a person that is made out of these things. Okay, so what kind of things should we be looking for? What kind of shapes, what kind of objects, what would be good for this? How does this work? First off, we're going to be making a face. So I need you to think about what are some shapes you would see in a face. So for the whole head, what's one of the things you might think of that your head would be shaped like? Let's see here. I kind of went through the kitchen and through some closets and stuff, and I found a few things that I think might work. Now I'm going to put it, now here's a really important point for this. Don't waste food. If you have to cut something, have a grown-up help you with that, and maybe have some snack time. You're welcome. So, this tortilla could be a nice face shape. I'm going to have this for a little snack later. It's okay if I take it out of the bag. Let's see here. What else could we do? What about eyes? A couple of limes in the other room there. That could work. Come back here. Where are you going? Watch out. These things have a mind of their own. A couple of almonds. That could work. Almonds have a good shape to them. Do all these things have to be food? No, not at all. So, speaking of, it doesn't have to be food. We got some headphones here. I wonder what we could do something like that. You never know. And the great thing about doing this at home and instead of doing it at school, number one, you've got all this stuff at home that you can go grab. Number two, you've got time. You could do 2, 3, 4, 10 of these pictures if you want to. If you get an idea for one and it's like, hey, it's okay, it's not really working, that's okay. You can do it again. So let's see here. Oh, I got some cherries. Oh, these are great for eyes, I bet. Now, these are getting a little on the old side, so this might be a great way to help your parents clean out the cupboard of stuff that's been around too long. It was kind of hiding back there. Marshmallows. That could be good. What about like a shape for a nose? When you're drawing a quick person, what shape do you usually think of for a nose? Right. Probably a triangle. Ooh, I don't know how I'm going to pull this one off, but I think it'd be super cool to put a great big iron shape for the nose. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it. Some of these things you're going to grab and you're going to say, oh, this would be cool. I don't know how, but it'd be cool. What else? Oh, a mouth. What would that be? Yeah, a banana. That would be perfect. I don't have any bananas. Don't go out making special shopping trips for stuff. This just means you got to get creative. Even if you don't have everything you need, that's when you can be at your most creative. Then you got to really think, okay, well, what can I do instead? So there's all these different things. Hair, it could, spaghetti. That could work. What else could you use, though? Is there anything else? Doesn't have to be food, trust me. I'm just thinking about that because I'm kind of hungry right now. I'm about to get hungrier looking at all this food. Let's try making some stuff. Okay, so I've got a huge batch of stuff today, and let's just kind of play around with this and see what we can come up with. So I've got my tortilla. I'll probably use that for the head for most of these things because it's the best thing I've got. I could have used a frying pan. I could have used a plate. I could use bread. There's so many things we could use. I'm going to try to make a couple of eyes. These marshmallows are still pretty good. So I do think I'll eat these when I'm done. Gotta make sure you have clean hands for this. Not only do we want to not mess up the food, you want to not, get any dirt on stuff and mess up your picture. So let's see here. I got 2 eyes. Oh, that's a good nose shape right there. An avocado. I gotta be gentle with my avocado. It's very ripe. I don't want to bruise it and mess it up. I've got these, fortune cookies. We got Chinese food not too long ago, and well, we got some extra fortune cookies, and they got kind of buried behind some stuff. These aren't any good. I'm not going to eat those. This is perfect for using something like this. Let's see here. I need some ears. Now, one thing I do have, I have an apple. I cleaned it up. It's ready to go. But I think it would work better if it were in half. Now, here's where you could get a grown-up to help you out. And you might want to have them help you cut that apple. I've got a knife out here, just a kitchen knife with me. One of your regular old table knives. I'm just going to cut this right in half. This is not for our kids to be doing. This is a grown-up job. So, Let's see here. Oh, you know, I think quarters would be even better. Cut those in half again. Now, see how that's looking. Oh, that's something there. That's not bad. That's some stuff happening. How about a mouth? We need a good mouth on here. How about... Oh, I got some cherries. We could line up... It doesn't have to be one thing. It could be a line of things. I've got my cherries. I could do... Whoops, come back here. Sometimes it's going to be a little tricky to get them to do what you want. Oh, I know. If I have all the stems pointing down, then it looks like teeth. That's kind of fun. I need some hair on here. Need some hair on me, what am I kidding? So, oh, hey, curly hair. I've got pretzels. This guy's got some curly hair going on. I'm doing these, I'm being kind of clean with these. My hands are clean. I have a clean work surface here. Even though I'm in the garage, I cleaned all this off and I can still reuse some of this stuff. You can put back in the bag, check with your grown-ups. I'm gonna put these guys aside. Get all the extra stuff from those assorted nuts off of there. Let's see, what could I do a neck? I bet I could do a neck of some sort. How about, oh, I've got the lid from the jar that the nuts were in. Can I tuck that under? How does that look on camera? I think I'd try to go with a head. There we go. Let's try that one. That was pretty fun. That came out nicely. Let's play around with it and see what else we can do. These are looking pretty good so far. And that's just, I just got barely started. I didn't even really get farther than the kitchen looking for stuff. So you could get, you know, shoes, football, baseball glove, tennis racket for the head and the neck. There's so many different things that you could put in here. There's no limit to what you could actually put in. You might have noticed that I put in a brush. Oh yeah, here it is. And I said, hey, wait a minute. These are usually things that aren't art supplies. Well, I found a brush, but I didn't use it to paint with. So you're usually using these things for something that they're not intended to be used for, which is pretending to be hair in this case. So don't limit yourself. Play around with it. The first one, maybe two, you're gonna be like, yeah, that was nice, but I bet I could do better. And guess what? By about the third or fourth or fifth one, you will have done better. Play around with it, test it out. What else could I put in here? Is there something else I could find and put into my portrait? Don't just settle for one. It's more fun the more work you put into it. So go ahead, go find that stuff. Go find your grown-up and get some help getting permission. Make sure you get permission to use all this stuff and get some pictures of it, and we'll share this to whatever platform that your teacher uses to share stuff with you on the computer or phones or whatever. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I will see you next time. Can't wait to see your artwork. Take care. All right. Sorry, I'm eating your mouth. It's for art.